Hey everyone, Felix from Nintendo Life here, and once again it's that time of the year, which means, well, we have to predict Nintendo's year ahead, and I'm of course not alone doing this. I'm joined by the wonderful Sion. You thought I'd say Alex.
Whoa! I actually, it's a gamble. I never know what you're gonna say, Felix, but I always thank you for introducing us.
And we're also joined by the lovely Mr. Alex.
Whoa, I'm here as well.
Wow! Now, you may have noticed that we on camera, new year, new stuff. We're trying this out. Let us know down below what you think. And yeah, last year we tried our best to predict the year. Some of us did better than others. We'll reveal how well we did, or well,
I don't remember my predictions at all.
I have
don't know
no idea what I said.
Yeah,
well, it's great.
Something stupid.
We'll talk about that in the end. But for now,
Okay.
let's talk about Nintendo's years ahead, because it's shaping up to be quite a good one. Sion, do you want to go first?
Sure. So I don't know if you guys have any thoughts about like still when the Switch is going to launch and how much it's going to launch for. But right now, my internal, mental, personal bets are saying that it's going to be in March and that it'll release for $399 US, so $400.
Will it launch in March, or will it be revealed?
Launch in March.
Wow. Okay.
Will release for $400. But that's all. This I feel like I'm on a game show right now when I say this stuff, because it's just a guess. I have no little.
Oh,
like,
you're locking that in.
Yeah. Yep. Locking it in, baby. But
Well, you can phone a
not
friend.
real bet.
Maybe Alex knows better.
Alex, I would.
I
would
can't
love
pick
to.
up my phone because I'm using it as the camera.
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Oh yeah, I have one of those too. Oh yeah. Hey, this is so cool.
Personally, I'd love a March release day. I'd absolutely love it. That's what I live for. Realistically, though, I'm personally feeling April. I don't know why, just that little bit of extra time, for Nintendo to reveal the damn thing. Just to give it that little bit extra. Also, if it's going to be March, it's going to have to be the 3rd of March, and it's not going to be the 3rd of March by now. Or maybe it is. I don't even know anymore. Nintendo does what they like. That's a great way to open a predictions video. Who knows? Nintendo does what they like.
So my prediction is that they're not going to reveal anything here in January. I'm still Team February. I don't know. I feel like people...
Team February.
February is when they'll reveal it, and then they'll launch it in May. So look at me being the pessimist here. What year we're living in?
See, that's the thing with the youth. They're all so pessimistic. You've got to be more optimistic about these things. I think it's going to be revealed in a few minutes.
I've no idea about the price, but I think for a game, I'm thinking a 3D Mario. I've said in the past, I've said Mario Kart, but I think Mario Kart will be later. What are some games that you'll think will release in this first year, Alex?
Ooh, games that will release. Well, I'd like to open it up with Super Mario Maker 3.
Oh.
Because I think if all these various leaks, rumors, all that sort of stuff, if that's all to be believed and there is going to be an optical sensor in the rail of the Joy-Con, there is going to be no better game to show off just what you can do. You remember when you had to use a controller like a peasant? Well, now you've got a mousy boy and you can, play it like you play Mario Paint. I think that's going to be the way to show it off, because there are no doubt other things they can do, and they will no doubt have other games that will, sort of show it off in new and exciting ways. Hey, you never knew you could use a mouse like this. But to really sort of like get the point across and to really say, this is what makes the Switch 2 different. You can't do this on a Switch 1. Mario Maker 3. When there's already Mario Maker 2 on there as well. I know, but still, And I imagine there'll be another game as well that will use it in a weird and wacky way, use the new feature, whatever it is, use the new feature in a weird and wacky way where it's kind of like, oh, that's different. So you have an immediately recognizable one, and then one that broadens your horizons. I'm thinking Arms 2.
Oh.
How's that going to work, Alex?
2 mice.
So you play Arms 2 with mice now instead of
Mice arms.
Yeah. Arms 2 with mice, yeah.
Could you play keyboard and mouse? Keyboard and mouse?
No, this is the thing. There's, sort of obviously the first thought, if they do go down this route, is there going to be an official Nintendo keyboard or something like that? I think they're going to steer away from that. I don't think they want that association with like mouse and keyboard. I think they want it to be seen as its own thing, even though it's obviously a mouse. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, no one's ever used 2 mice before at the same time, I don't think.
Oh, I'm certain someone has. Have you seen the tech community? They're insane.
I think a game I would love to see, it's just Metroid Prime 2 and 3 HD. I'd love to see that.
Oh, yeah.
Because we do have Metroid Prime 4, and that is, the most obvious thing that is going to release, at least alongside or at some point, like some cross-gen.
Sure.
Just want to play the
You
games.
could just get the Switch 1 version at the same time. It's sort of like simultaneous release.
Yeah.
And so it'd be like, hey, because I imagine the Switch is going to be supported all throughout 2025.
Oh, yeah, at least.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Big install base. It'll be interesting to see how Nintendo will do it. Will they just go full cold potato on the...
Do you mean cold turkey?
Shush.
I prefer cold potato.
I'm a vegan dad, okay?
The vegetarian option.
I think that they have so many Nintendo Switch 1 like units out there in the wild that I think you're right. I think it's a safe prediction to think that they'll keep supporting the Switch for years to come. Even the 3DS, right? That got support for a few years, and Nintendo, I think, even went on the record to say that like we're still going to make 3DS stuff because we don't know how the Switch is going to do yet. In some capacity, they said that, and they did.
I don't think they said we don't know whether the Switch is going to be good, so we're going to stick with the old one.
This is
for the time
Furukawa.
being.
We don't know if the Switch 2...
But they did say that the original Switch, they said this isn't replacing the Wii U. And I
right.
don't think anyone believed them. But,
That's
they
right.
always hedge their bets. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Switch 2 is revealed as to sort of like as an option within the Switch family of units. And they may even say, sort of like if they announce something like, oh, there's a prediction for you. Why not? Let's go all out. I predict they're going to do a price drop on the original. And they're going to reveal it. And it's going to have like, sort of like, the Nintendo Switch 2 joins the Nintendo Switch family of systems, and then it shows which are available at a delicious new price. They may not say delicious.
Delicious. And there's like tons of like slurping and like munching sound effects and like.
And it's done by like that Nintendo Direct narrator.
How was that?
Yum.
What about you, Sion? Are there any games that you think we'll see here? It's this year. I think at some point I said next. I don't know. I mean
feel
this
like
year.
I feel like I'm spoiling one of Alex's predictions here, so feel free to lean into this. A new Donkey Kong game. Like we haven't had
this
one
in the preamble.
We haven't had one in. It's been over 10 years now. If just straight Donkey Kong, Mario versus Donkey Kong, as good as it was, doesn't count to me. I want like a new side-scrolling 2D one or one where Donkey Kong is the playable character. And I think that would make a whole lot of sense to, if not hit at launch, in the launch window. So if we don't get that Mario 3D game, Felix, like you were saying, I think a Donkey Kong Country or Donkey Kong 64 2 would make a whole lot of sense just to release this year. Because, right, the Mario Odyssey came out the launch year of the original Switch, right?
Yeah, it came out a couple of months later. It was like around autumn, I think. Well, I know because I played it during my autumn break. It was great. And it's just been a long time since a lot of games have gotten a sequel. We've got Mario, a 3D Mario. Mario Odyssey was the last one. That was the launch year of the Switch.
Yeah, we had Bowser's Fury, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true. We got Bowser's Fury, but like a fully fledged 3D Mario. There's a lot of games.
Yeah.
And that's just scratching the surface, Mario Kart hasn't gotten one, like a proper new game. Sure, we got some DLC, but that's also over 10 years.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have a...
Yeah, was it 2013 or something?
Yeah, it's insane. Even
Good
Animal
Lord.
Crossing launched soon 5 years ago.
Yeah, wow.
That's insane. Because to me, that's like, oh yeah, that came out not like that long ago. 2020 is 5 years ago. What?
Admittedly, we lost 2 years, didn't we? So, But I was thinking when you were talking about Donkey Kong, and, we've had Donkey Kong Country, obviously that's a big thing, and we've got Tropical Freeze, HD, all the original DKCs. We also had Donkey Kong Land, I'm sensing a sort of a geographic notion. Donkey Kong Continent.
I was just going to say.
Continent. Oh my gosh. That's good.
Or Donkey Kong Kingdom or something like that.
Ooh.
Donkey Kong.
Actually, that sounds better,
World?
doesn't it?
That sounds really
I like
good.
Donkey Kong Kingdom's good.
It
is.
sounds
rolls
better
off
than
the
just,
back of my
Donkey
mouth.
Kong, landmass.
It's if they use world, people will just be like, so, hold on, we're on camera now, so it's just like Mario. It's a Mario game with Donkey. That's
Donkey Kong
Wonder.
Galaxy.
I just do all the games, but replace the model with Donkey Kong.
Can you imagine
Mod.
Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong just like, oh, like hurling themselves through the sky?
I've just got the
through
image
space.
of DK going through one of those launch stars and going, woo-hoo!
And just like with the
Spinning
arms, I
around.
could see it. Does a little dab like in Mario Kart.
The barrels would be slow motion now, so that'd be nice. That'd be easier to time, hopefully.
Yeah.
So Donkey Kong Kingdom, nice.
Donkey
I like
Kong
that.
Kingdom. It's coming to Nintendo Switch 2, 2025. I'm going to say August.
I like August as well. I'll shake your hand on that. That sounds good to me. Ooh, look at us!
Can I get in there?
We're using
Yeah,
using the
I
wrong
dig
hand,
that.
but
Are we-
you're using your left.
Well, I briefly talked. I briefly talked about an Animal Crossing game. I think that's going to be the Christmas game. I think it's going to
Yeah?
launch like November or something like that.
Oh, man.
Specifically around. Well, it could also be October. I don't know. But I think it's going to be multiplayer focused. Something with together in the title. Now we can't go get it together because that's WarioWare. I was like, I came up with a title just before this chat. Like, oh, get it together. That's brilliant. Wait, isn't there another game that has that title? But I would
I
just.
mean, we had City Folk, so what about like Let's Go to the City? Huh? That sounds nice.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's go to the city together.
Oh,
No, that's terrible.
No, let's take it back. Ooh.
isn't it just
I-
a remake of the Wii game?
I don't want to completely rain on your parade, but I don't think Nintendo sees Animal Crossing as a sort of like a winter game. I think they see it as a spring game. It's all about sort of freshness, new life, new beginnings, new horizons, new leaves. So personally, I think spring, but who knows? They could do something completely different. It could be Animal Crossing Winter Together.
I mean, if they release it in winter, everyone's gonna just be playing that all the time, and no one's gonna have any time to actually do their holiday festivities. So no lights are gonna get put up, no Christmas trees, no nothing. People are just gonna be playing Animal Crossing and decorating in game instead. So that could like, how Animal Crossing New Horizons saved us in 2020, but in 2025 it'll destroy us because we won't have time for anything else anymore.
Yeah, they're gonna come out over. Your family's like, wait, you didn't put anything up? Yeah, come take a look at my Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
What
did
do
you
mean
bring your
didn't
Switch?
bring your Switch too? How are you
Yeah.
supposed to enjoy Christmas?
I sent you all your presents in Animal Crossing.
I got you a froggy chair.
It was on your list, right? Your Animal Crossing wish list.
I actually think that we're going to see quite a few cross-system games. Not loads. I think there's going to be quite a few games that are exclusive, but I think the Switch One is going to get a surprising amount of support throughout 2025, and to be honest, even into 2026. I mean, you only have to look at something like, the big success that was Sushi Striker to see that that cross-platform gaming really is the way forward.
Yeah, I could see that being a thing. I think a lot of games will get, when Nintendo just filed a patent on like upscaling video games. I think a lot of games they'll be like, hey, you can now play it on Switch 2, but it just looks better.
It
So,
would be interesting if they could just do that on a system-wide basis, because I don't know the ins and outs of exactly how it works, but I imagine if you're making the hardware, you can make it do something specific like that. I know that AMD, you've got super resolution and stuff like that in the settings, and it'll do it system-wide. It's not the same thing as AI upscaling, but it is kind of within that sort of sphere. So if they could do that, then that would be the easiest way to just get a little bit of boost, even out of games that sort of rely on the physics running at a certain frame rate. That's a classic example. It wouldn't matter, sort of the game's still running as it would on a Switch 1, but hey, through the power of magic, it's better now, baby.
I wonder what Nintendo would name this sort of because like I think PlayStation 4 and PS5, certain PS4 games get game boost. So
It's just PlayStation 5's like upscaler.
Yeah.
This is PSSR, which, yes, let's just leave it at that. I think it's going to be called Nintendo
Cool.
Magic. That's my bet.
Yeah, Nintendo Magic. I've seen people throw that name around.
Really? Wow.
It's possible. I think Nintendo aren't even going to name it. I think there may be an internal name for it, obviously, but I think, sort of like, I don't think Nintendo want that to be a selling point. They'll just say, your games will run better, sort of, and, through new techniques or something like that. I don't think they're going to go out of their way to make it a selling point. How's that for a prediction?
That's a spicy prediction.
So I think I feel like I made this prediction last year. So
I'll
Felix,
fact check you because I watched through last year's prediction.
So it's a little different. So Final Fantasy VII Remake, I think will come to the Switch too, but I think it will also come with Rebirth, either sold as like a big bundle, or probably individually at like full retail price. But my reason is that Rebirth didn't sell nearly as well on PlayStation 5 as Square Enix was expecting, and I think they really just want to kind of pull in as much money from that big cash dump as they can. And Cloud was in Smash. Are you telling me Cloud being in Smash and the only thing that comes out of that is Final Fantasy VII being on Switch? And I think Crisis Core also came to that, but Cloud isn't even the main character in that. So I think it would make sense to see if the Switch 2 is not a graphical powerhouse, but if it's able to play PlayStation 4 quality games, I think it'd be really cool to see Rebirth and Final Fantasy VII come over. But
not a graphical powerhouse, but PS4 graphics. Like, I still load up PS4 games and I'm like, really? This is old? Like, certain games still look incredible. Obviously, there are plenty of games that have aged, but there are so many games that just look phenomenal on the PS4 still.
Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, I'm playing on a Pro, but, at the same time, they're not wildly different. And I think that if the Switch 2 can approach... Well, the thing is, if it can even nearly approach that sort of level, Nintendo's going to have a field day because they know their stuff inside and out. They know how to milk every last drop out of their hardware, and they're going to. They are going to. But Felix, I want to hear another game from you. I don't care if you haven't got any more notes.
Okay. Another game from me. I would love to see a new Ace Attorney. Even though I've not played through them all, I would love to see the great Ace Attorney 3. And,
really?
Yeah, I love the first and second, and that could be a that could be a third. It would be grand. I love the theming, the when it's set, like in old England. Maybe they can go back to Japan because most of it is in England. I don't know. It's just that's probably the game I would love to see the most. I mean, of course, something Zelda, but that's way off now that Tears of the Kingdom is only almost 2 years old.
It does seem like
recent, yeah.
It does seem like Capcom is like amping up for something big with Ace Attorney, because I think they have gone on record as well to say that the series isn't over, that they're working on stuff, but just nothing's announced, and I think realistically they've released every single Ace Attorney game now on Switch, so it's like there's nothing left to do but something new. And that's how I feel about Donkey Kong. Beyond Donkey Kong 64 coming to Switch, and like the weird little spin-offs, which I don't think they'll put over from the DS.
Oh, you
and
mean
the
like
GBA.
King of Swing and stuff like that?
Exactly, you got it. And the bongo, like the DK Donkey Konga games. We're not gonna get those.
I
Sorry,
love
Ali.
Donkey Konga. I've got the bongos. I can't reach them. Actually, can I?
Oh,
You
there
can
we
reach
go.
them. Nice.
That's
Wow.
what
Nice little beat.
that's the bonus of video, baby.
Yes.
I've got a prediction for the reveal.
Okay.
What a flex would it be if during the reveal, I've kind of already mentioned this in another video, I think, but not like specifically this way. So it's original, baby. During the reveal, just in the sizzle reel, when they're showing people playing the Switch to, sort of on the toilet and in their, public
toilet.
bathhouse and, in people's basements when they're not invited or whatever it is they're going to do.
What are you doing here? Get out of my house.
There's also
But you
going to
have
be
to switch too.
one instance of somebody playing solo, maybe on a plane or a bus. They've done a number of Switch outs
Or in
on a bus.
outer space.
They're going to be playing, and it's going to have the first proper reveal beyond just a cinematic trailer of The Witcher 4.
Oh,
like Skyrim
ooh.
back in
Yeah.
the day. Yeah.
Not that was the original initial reveal of Skyrim. It has to be
No,
said.
I know. But it was still like, I remember it was in the trailer. Like, what?
Yeah.
This is on
yeah.
the table. It'd be
Yeah.
insane. It'd be insane if Witcher 4 was that type of
Like,
reveal.
they
I don't think they're near that though.
No, I
it's
don't think they
way
will.
off.
But imagine it if they didn't even make a big thing about it, and they didn't say, like
Yeah.
Witcher 4 or anything like that. They just had a quick shot of somebody with a Switch 2, and you just saw Siri, and
Yeah. Well, you make such a good point because you're right. Like when The Witcher came, I mean, The Witcher 3 came to Switch, which already doesn't make sense and really kind of baffled all of us at the time and still does today. But when Skyrim came to Switch, right? And when we saw it in that reveal, it was like, oh, the Switch can play Skyrim on the go. We already know that the Switch 2 is going to play Mario Kart. It's going to play Zelda. It's going to play Mario. So you're right. Like being able to like look at it and say, wait, you can play the next Witcher game on the Switch. Like I'm not even a Witcher fan, but I can feel the energy and I can imagine the conversations that would come from that. And I think Nintendo would really like to lean into, they would like to surprise people. They would like to, show them that you can do things that you wouldn't expect with this Switch successor. That'd be cool.
I mean, there's also the new Monster Hunter, which is not.
oh
Yeah, I think that's
sure.
definitely.
that's
gonna
a
be on
good
the next-
call. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Again, not making a big thing of it, but just like having someone playing it and then cutting
Yeah.
to another shot of someone playing Mario Party or something, and people just go back, go back.
Yeah.
I feel like when we eventually do a video looking over the trailer, it's going to be like an hour of us just like, replay that bit. Replay it. Come on then.
Monster Hunter's a really good shout too, especially with like I've always heard the stories about like people playing Monster Hunter on PSP in Japan on the train and how common it was to see that. And we never really got to experience that here in the US or I don't know. Did you see people playing Monster Hunter on the trains? And
I was literally about to say, I think I saw maybe 1 or 2 people playing Switch in my 3 weeks in Japan. And I took an awful lot of public transport, and it was in,
Okay.
didn't matter where I was. I didn't really see people playing games. I saw people playing
okay.
games on their phones, but not on Switch. I don't know whether it's a bit passé now or something over there.
okay.
But I sure as hell did. Yeah, I got the silly, sort of foreigner in the corner going, "Oh, I'm playing Super Smash Bros on my Switch Lite."
Did you play it with a slime controller from Dragon Quest?
Oh.
I did not.
Well, that's one of the reasons I want to go to Japan.
Maybe that's why no one came up to me and asked me for my autograph.
I want to see Metaphor come to Switch.
Yes.
Oh, of
yes.
course
I think
you
that
do.
would make a whole lot of sense.
Captain RPG strikes again.
I'd love to see it, and it will be able to run on the Switch too. It is so good. So,
We're
I hope
both-
you play it one day.
We're
It's-
both tag team Captain RPG now at this point. Because Felix, have you finished Metaphor already? Now?
I'm still playing it. I've just been so busy playing other games. I just finished Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and I
nice.
just played Spider-Man Miles Morales. And it's kind of just there in the background. I come back to it sometimes, and then I get really into it, and then life just happens.
Yeah.
But I'm sticking with it, and I hope to finish it here in January. But why don't we look at what we predicted last January? Because, like I said at the start, some of us did a bit better than others. I'll start with you, Sion. You predicted that the Switch would have a price drop, which unfortunately, I don't think that happened. But you did
went
say-
on. It did go on sale in the holidays. It went on sale for like $250 US and came with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Okay.
But you're
we'll
right.
take the wins we can get. You said that
You
it
get
would be
half
a
a point.
safe upgrade for the next console, but you hoped for new fun things, and that is accurate. Well, at least from what we've seen so far, it looks to be a very safe upgrade. You also said that you would love to see sensors in the dock, which
right.
I don't know if that's going to be a thing. We see a sensor in the controllers. That's kind of close.
Sure.
You said Metroid 2 remaster, which did not happen. And then you said, finally a way to play Mother 3, which did happen.
Oh
just
my
not in
gosh!
this list.
That's great.
You also predicted a lot of other stuff. This was just like the big things.
Okay.
I'm saving Alex for last because he was the one who got the most right.
Whoa. Oh, sweet.
So I genuinely believe that there was going to be new hardware. I was Team 2024, and that did not happen. I did, however, wildly predict that we would get a February Direct with. I did though say not a lot of stuff would happen, which I can't remember.
You got that right though, yeah?
Yeah, I did say Mario Party DLC, where Alex and Sion were saying, no, it's going to be a new game, which did happen. And then I said a new Guitar Hero game, which I apparently also said the year before. And you know what just got announced? Not a new Guitar Hero game, but a new Guitar Hero controller for the Wii, which is like really, really weird. So I didn't have the best. I'm not the best at predicting. Alex, though, you're spot on the money. You said no new console announcement. You were like, I'm going to be the pessimistic one. And look where that turned out. You also said there was going to be a new Pokemon Legends announcement. Which
Did I?
Yeah, you did, and it was called. I can't remember the title, but you got that right. That's completely. Yeah, but Alex, you didn't get it all right. You said that Nintendo Selects are gonna make a comeback, which unfortunately they did not. So, Alex, you are the crown champion of predicting 2024. So, yeah, a lot of. We also had a lot of. We also had a lot of other like prediction, but most of it was just like what's going to happen with the next console, which of course all those predictions just went right out of the window.
I'm starting to remember now you going, oh yeah, it's going to be this year, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to break his heart, but I really don't think it's happening.
Look
but
how the tables have turned this year.
In 2023 I thought, oh, it's got to be 2024, and then as 2024 rolled around I was just like, it's not happening, is it? I think I did say, and I often say this whenever I do anything pessimistic, that I'd love to be proven wrong. And I always do. If I predict something bad, I always want to be proven wrong. That's one of the most wonderful things, is to be proven wrong about something pessimistic. So fingers crossed that happens again. Did I do anything pessimistic this time? Probably.
No, I think it was pretty optimistic.
Okay, I'll do one now. I don't think the Switch 2 will be very good.
Well, you heard it here.
Blasphemy! Who are you?
Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for joining us for our predictions. It'll be fun next year to see how well we did and to see, the leaks for the Switch 2. They were all fake. If you enjoyed this video, why don't you check out our website, NintendoLife.com, and try to predict if you're going to click that subscribe button. If you're going to be correct, you have to say yes, because you are. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one. Sion, Alex Olney, and Felix Sanchez. Oh, I forgot your last name, Sion Grassel, from Nintendo Life. Out. Hey, to my defense, your last name is not here in the software.
You didn't even say my middle name.
For that, I get one more prediction. I think Nintendo is going to bring back Nintendo Selects, but as a bonus perk for the expansion pass, the expansion pack online. It's going to be all digital.